Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer Top 5. I'm here today with Ferdinand, the cardboard stacker.
Hello everyone.
And we are going to be doing another Top 5 video. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Top 5 video from me, Michael Wright, Unfiltered Gamer, and
Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker.
Today's Top 5 video, Ferdinand decided to choose it, and he chose
Auction.
So we're doing the top 5 auction games that we have played. There's a bunch of auction games that I have unfortunately not played, which would maybe make my list over these ones. I might get a couple, I might get a little bit of flack from the options that I chose.
He's just saying that it was a very hard choice for him to find.
It was very difficult, yes. So some of my games just have auction mechanics in it. But the same thing we're going to be doing as always. We'll be taking our die towers here. We've got my black thumbs here, and then we got the Dyson Dragons dice tower with our Game Anywhere table as always. We're going to roll the die, and whoever gets the highest roll is going to get to decide who starts off first. Then we can choose our normal 6-sided die, or you can get a blank die, and I can get a die that simply has stuff like clowns, baseballs, and grapes on it.
I got nothing.
I got a one of those wheelie thingies that you sit on with just one wheel, unicycle.
A unicycle.
Yeah. Okay, we won't use these, okay. I guess. I guess that didn't work very well. All right. Ha! I got a 1.
4.
Ah.
Ooh, okay, so this first one is the smallest game I have, and that's no.
So you're going first then? That's what's up.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Okay,
yeah.
Fine. No thanks.
I was taking.
No thanks.
No thanks. Now, no thanks is I would say it's more of a reverse auction because you're really bidding to stay out of something that you don't want to get.
So you don't want the specific thing that they're offering.
Yeah, but the first, yeah,
you bid on not getting it.
Yeah, and so it's a card of I think 3 to 35, and what you're doing is you don't want to collect cards. You have these chips to stay out of it, and those chips are actually worth -1 points because as you collect cards, the more points you get, the bigger loser you're going to become. The thing is, there's always not a lot of chips. Eventually, we run out of chips. You have to take cards. But one of the things in this game is that you can make runs or sequences, and they will actually fall into the lowest card. So, for example, if I have 13, 14, 15, 16, I can make those into a sequence, and I only have 13 points off of that instead of just 13 and 14 and 15 and 16.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, I like this one because you can just milk everyone else. I mean, it's a different. It
feels like a quick game too.
Yeah, it is. This is a very quick.
Like
it's about 10 minutes. About, yeah. But I mean, it does feel. I mean, it does have that auction feel in it, but it's also doesn't have that kind of like, it's not really that you're getting something. You're actually staying off of it. So it does turn the auction on its head.
I see.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't played No Thanks, but I wouldn't say no thanks to it. I'd try it out. I like small bidding games, and that's kind of like it puts on its head almost, basically, yeah. I guess my number 5, which I may get a little bit of flack for, I suppose, is Rising Sun. And you might say that there's no auction mechanic in it.
Okay, where's the auction in it?
So throughout the game, it's obviously an area control game, and it has some fighting and whatnot. But at the end of the game, you are basically going to have a hidden board in which you're going to be placing down the resources you've gathered throughout the game, and certain characters will actually place other things like Ronin on the board. And during each fighting phase, you're going to reveal, and whoever has the most on each of the different places gets to use those actions. So it has like a silent kind of bidding based on the resources you've gained throughout the game.
Simultaneous bidding, silent bidding.
Yeah, it's kind of auction-y.
It's like a very minor thing. There's a game for you I think you should try.
No! No! It's not, I hate it! Ah! No! No!
Why you don't like this game?
It's terrible. It's dry.
This game is not. It's not on my list. It's not on my list, but I know it's an auction game. I do like the game, but
it's boring and dry and awful and long and miserable. Why would you torture anybody to play a game about building power around a city?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main point.
It's cubes on a board with no theme, and even if it did have a theme, the theme would be terrible.
Well, the
because-
option in this one is that you're buying power plants at the very beginning of each round, and you're trying to get the best power plant out there. But
This is actually my game, so...
I have this game. Actually, my brother has this game, but yeah, this is your game. I don't know, you don't like it, but you have it.
It's good, and other people like to play it, so I leave it here. I'm not going to get rid of a game that I know is good
This
just
is your
because
game,
I don't
so
like it.
I'm putting it in your side.
My number 5, Power Grid, apparently. Let's do it!
Number 4.
3.
1.
Huzzah! Alright, so I'll go first because mine I don't have the game with me, so it's going to be called Art Auction. And it's basically a game in which you're going to have pieces of artwork drop on the ground, and you're going to be bidding on those things face down, and then of course revealing them for each of the different phases, trying to score as many points as you possibly can. I actually reviewed a similar game, which is kind of like Art Auction, which is just as good, but it actually has interesting different mechanics, like some of them like the Tiger card or whatever that will negate points from your opponents when you art auction them off and whatnot. Basically, it's just I'll have it posted up here somewhere so you can check it out. But Art Auction is a pretty solid bidding game. If you have never played a bidding game, it's probably one of the ones you should probably check out first.
I probably would, because I like auction games. That's why I chose this subject.
And what do you think about the game?
Did I play it? I don't remember.
Yeah, the art drops on the ground, and then you bid on them, basically face down. Everybody reveals for each of the different phases. Then you draw your hand back up,
I
basically.
can't remember this one.
It's it's just a very simple game. It's quick. I mean, I guess it would take as much time as No Thanks. And if you played the more advanced version, it has some crazy things that can happen. Double the points this round, double the negative points this round, that kind of stuff. But overall, it's pretty cool. I think you'll like it. Like I said, I don't have a lot of auction games. The other 4 here are as close as I get,
have to revisit this one.
Okay, I actually let you borrow it.
I don't know, this thing about art and auctions always happening. Yeah,
It has all the different
yeah.
artwork of all the different cards and whatnot. It's really cool. I really like it.
All right. Anyway, my next game is Felix the Cat in the Sack by Freeman Freeze, but it's
Felix the Cat, you say?
yeah,
In the sack. Felix the Cat.
in the sack.
Uh-huh.
In the sack, because you're bidding on sacks, and this is
Isn't there a black cat named Felix?
Well, that's the thing is this game got name changed, and now it's called Felicia the Cat in the Sack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got the original one. I'm very happy with it. It's been out of print for a while, but now it's back in print, so you can get this one now. So what this game is you have a hand of cards where it's cats. You got some negative cats. You got a bunny, which is 0, and you got some good cats, which are worth points. Every round, every player is going to is making a sack, or a pot, where you don't know exactly what you get unless somebody passes. So everyone's going to put cards face down. It's going to be in a row, and then one card's going to be revealed, and everyone's just bids to stay in and see if you can, if you want that sack of cats. But when one person goes out, the next card is revealed.
No cats inside, huh?
Well, it's in a different box now.
Oh, I was gonna check it. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's inside of it? Okay, so it has like just cats and other
Yeah,
different
very cool,
animals on the.
And so
And you want the cats?
Yeah. And as you go through, like, oh, maybe I'll put more money in because because the card which is your color, is at maybe the end, and it's like I know that cat is good, but the thing is, there is dog cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those ones you don't want,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no, actually, the dog cards, what they do is they scare the cats. There's 2 dogs. There's the big dog that scares the best cat, and the little dog that actually scared the littlest cat in there. So you're like, there's a big dog in there, and it's gonna scare the biggest cat in there.
So you don't want
cat.
the biggest cat then, because the dog's gonna be in there?
No, the thing is, it may devalue the cat, but still don't, because you don't know exactly what you're gonna get. So it might be a dog. If there's another dog in there, there's 2 dogs. It'll scare each other
They'll
away.
scare each other away.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing, and because it is kind of like a turn-based kind of auction, your card may not be turned up, but you know exactly what that card is later on in the game. It's like, haha, there's a big dog in there, I'm quitting.
What's another game where if 2 things pop up, they run away? Night Clan? No?
Night Clan.
Yeah, it's just another game where you flip over the cards, and if there's 1 there, it's bad. And if there's 2 there, they cancel each other out. And if there's 3 there, then it's bad again.
Yeah, that's the same way. There's 3
It's a
dogs.
mechanic that I'm sure that functions like that. Okay, that's cool. Felix, the Cat in the Sack, or Felicia now, the Cat in the Sack. Where can they pick that up?
It's either Felicia or Felicity. I can't remember.
Where can you pick it up at?
Online.
Freedom and Freeze. I mean, it must be a really good game. I really.
I don't know
like
if they're
this.
publishing it again, Rio Grande, but I know there's a new version out there now.
Awesome. Time for number 3.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. 5.
5. I'll beat this. I will beat this.
No, you won't.
5.
Again.
6.
3.
All right, I am gonna go first.
Fine, go ahead.
And this one is, it says in the name, eBay the auction game, the electronic
What?
auction game.
What?
No, this game is awesome. Okay, first of all,
I don't know about that.
it's eBay and therefore it's
I mean, I did a lot of
auction stuff.
eBay when
Yeah.
I was going to college.
I did a lot of eBay as well. So this one has a little console in the middle. I can grab it out. It's not complete, but
Yeah,
you know.
you put it together.
And you put cards around it, and then you'll bid it. The machine will tell you if it's your turn, it's red's turn, it's green's turn. You have to quickly hurry up, push the button, and put your bid on there. And then it will, like, after like so many rounds or so many turns, it'll say, oh, blue, you won this, and you get to keep that card. It's a little bit. There's a light kind of collect
Set collection.
Set collection.
So it's got set collection and it's got quick, dexterous bidding, basically.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, and it's fast paced because like blue's turn. Oh no, which one should I get? Which one? And you gotta have to hurry because it's like about 5 seconds, or else you buzz you out.
It looks like an older game, but it can't be that old because it's eBay.
2001.
Okay, so it is in the
Yeah.
2000s then.
Yeah,
It looks like an 80s game almost, doesn't it? It has that 80s feel.
I would say because it is an electronic one, but eBay's 1995 when it first started. But
Yeah, so it had to be,
Yeah.
as I said, I figured it
This
had
is
to
like
be at least.
this is like the glory days of eBay. So.
Hey, they're still doing things. Still
Yeah.
doing things. eBay, our auction game. All right.
Mhm.
Enjoyable. Would you recommend it to the people?
Oh
who
yeah,
pick up?
you find it's really cheap. This is a game that you want probably for cheap, but you find it for a good price. I think you would enjoy it. It's a game you can only play. It's 3 to 4 players though. Yeah, but it's fun. It's hectic, and it does give you that real auction feel in it.
One more.
Yeah.
Cool.
One, the 2, the 3, and the 4, and the 5.
Does it say that on the thing?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
All right. So I got games I got to pick from. I'm gonna pick with the next least likely to be considered an auction game. However, Five Tribes does have auctioning mechanics in it.
I would say it isn't the main mechanic, but it is a key mechanic in
At the
it.
beginning of the game, you're going to be auctioning the ability to go first, second, third, or fourth, fifth, or whatever it is, and you're going to be spending in order to do so. And going first in this game is so important. So saving enough resources to utilize the ability to go first is very, very important. Overall, the game is basically picking up different meeples across the board.
It's Mancala.
And dropping it around, like Mancala, exactly. The game itself is wonderful. This would be in a top 5 list of a lot of people for a lot of different reasons.
It's a very good. I only played it once.
But it does have, this is probably another cheating one, I suppose, but it has that auction mechanic that's so important in order to win this game that I included it. And I don't have a lot of auction games as is. The next 2, I promise, are mostly auction games.
Well, for this particular auction though, like the auction mechanic, this is used a lot in a lot of games though.
Yeah.
Just to go first.
This is the auction part right here. So spending more to go on the board here, your characters go here, but if you spend less, 0, you go here. So you'll start here at 0, but if somebody else bids 0, you go behind them.
Yeah,
and
I
behind
think
them.
a couple games, Yunnan uses this feature, and I believe also Manila uses this feature of you're bidding to go first.
The game's just beautiful. Has tons of great components.
It's Days of Wonder, of course, is gonna.
Do you own it?
No, I only played it once.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good. This is a really good game. Is it an auction game? That's up for you to decide and embarrass me in the comments.
I think it's our next game.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yeah, 6. I will go first.
5.
Ha-ha! All right, my next game is, I would classify this as a Ferdinand game just because it's so old.
Wait, what?
Because you have a lot of old games. Like your next games are gonna be, I can't see them, but they're gonna be old school. I know it because that's Ferdinand for you.
No, this is the oldest game.
This is the oldest game on the list here, I'm sure. This one is called Masterpiece. It is an art auctioning game. You're going to be going around a board. Here's the back here. I can actually show you a picture, I'm sure. But you're going to be going around this board here. You have your pawn that moves around, and you're going to be bidding auction art auctions. So one deck is going to be art, one deck is going to be money, and you're going to be taking one of them out, and everybody's going to be bidding, just like a normal bidding game. When you get it, you can keep it. Some of them are going to be fraudulent, some will be worth a lot of money, some will be worth a little bit of money. But what's cool about the game, which involves a strategy, is trying to get people to take away the cards that you don't want in the game, because you can steal art from other players by re-auctioning other people's artwork off, and you can buy it at the face value. There's certain things you can do to buy artwork just straight up.
Or there can be forgeries.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So there can be some bad ones too. And so throughout the game, you know how much money you've got based on the artwork you've picked up and how much money you've spent on it. And everybody else does as well, but they don't know specifically what other players have, just your own. But as you pull cards and artwork, whatnot, the money will stay with them. Sometimes you can add money to your artwork too, which is pretty cool. You can add it to a forgery too, to get people to take that forgery away, because a forgery is still a forgery and worth nothing at the end of the game. So surprisingly, there is more strategy than I think a lot of people give this game credit for, and it is an older game. It's from the 70s and 80s. I think this is the 80s version of the game.
I think, no, this is 90s.
Is it?
Yeah, this has to be 90s. 1996.
Okay, wow.
has to be, yeah.
So it isn't as old as the eBay. No, it is older than the eBay game. Okay. So, but it's from the 70s though, and there is an 80s version, and I guess this is the 90s version.
I think I have the 80s version though.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually did a review for this.
Yeah.
Like early, like in the early days.
This isn't on his top 5, I'm sure, but I do enjoy it. I really enjoy this game. I played this out with the family too.
Yeah, well,
it's a really good family game.
They have this. They have different auctions in there, like silent ones, and I think the double auctions. I don't know, quite sure. Well, I'm thinking about Roller Coaster Tycoon, which actually does have an auction.
No, it's different. This one's just straight up bidding around the table.
Okay.
But the strategy comes with pulling artwork, because you'll know once you know what a piece of artwork is, no matter where it is on the table, you still know the value. Only if people change it, or if it was a forgery, do you know the how it changes throughout the game. But Masterpiece is a solid bidding game. Whether I can convince anybody else, considering there's probably a lot of other newer ones that.
Would you say Masterpiece is a masterpiece?
I mean, I really like it. Like, if I were to pull a bidding game out with my grandparents or my mom and my dad, those would be the type of game. This would be the type of game I'd pull out, because it's just fun enough for me to enjoy it, and it's also something simple that they can understand, and it's just all around solid. Maybe that says a lot about my top 5, or maybe you guys agree with me, and Masterpiece is a complete masterpiece. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Okay. And it's easy to find too. I mean.
Oh yeah.
This is the game you can probably find at a thrift store.
Oh yeah. You probably get like $5.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. This is one game.
Let's see another ancient game. Come on.
This is one game. And I think this might be.
Is this one game or a bunch of games? Now I'm confused.
This is one game.
Okay, High Society.
3
to 5 players.
And High Society.
What?
And High Society.
You didn't even open this one.
And High Society. And High Society.
What?
And Summoner Society, which is actually my version of High Society.
You made your own version of Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
You better be careful. Squaresoft is going to come for you.
I ain't selling anything. I like High Society.
Dang. What? You made this all by yourself?
Well, the thing is, that is a game that I made because I couldn't find any High Society. I wanted this version, especially, but I keep finding other ones. Then I found this version, but the thing is, this is signed, and I want to keep it nice. And so I'm not playing with this one. And then this is the original one. I have to have the original one. Yeah.
It's all the same game.
Yes.
All of these are the same game.
Exactly the same except for that one. Because I added 2 things in it.
You made it better, in your opinion?
I made it nicer.
I see. These are actually pretty nice. Okay, oh wow. So it has all the different Final Fantasy stuff going on.
Yep.
That's super cool. How's the game play?
Oh, okay. So this is a auction game. You're rich people. This is a Reiner Knizia game, so there's gonna be a little special thing in the mechanics somewhere, and I'll tell you that. You're gonna have an item up, and so it'd be one of these items. Let's see one of these. You got usually an artwork or some rich people thing, and then everyone's gonna bid. This is a round, turn-based round auction, and that one person has to bid higher, or you pass, you're out for that round, and the person who stays in pays for the item, and they have it. The catches of the game, at the very end of the game, is that if you have the least amount of money, you cannot win at all.
Okay.
You cannot win. So you have the least amount or tie the least amount, you cannot
regardless
win.
of anything else.
Yeah. Then with everyone else who has the most points wins. But you don't know exactly when the game's going to end, because there'll be some red cards that also act as multipliers in the game, either ×2 or half of it. You don't know exactly when they're going to come up in the game, because the game is shuffled. That's the newest one from Oscar.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It looks new.
Yeah.
Like you haven't even opened.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah. This is the prettier one. I think the prettiest one.
Someone likes High Society. He made his own High Society
I
game.
think I'm missing 2 versions though.
Don't get any more.
Okay.
Like, it might be good. I mean, I've heard a lot about it, and it is Reiner, so you know.
It's complete.
I mean, what
it's,
is this? This
yeah.
is your number two,
Okay.
right?
This is number 2. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Well, anyway, the 2 cards I actually had for my special summoner, and you're the summoners from Final Fantasy.
Okay.
And they're casting spells or casting to cast some summons. One is Terra, which is the half Esper, like the half summon in there. For every, she's worth 1, plus every other one, she's worth 1 more.
Okay.
And then you got the Knights of the Round Table from Final Fantasy VII. And this one's really cool because this might be the last red card, but you play this one, and once you summon it, you have to get rid of everything else. It's worth 13 straight points.
And this is what you've added, kind of?
Yeah, that's the only
That's
things I added,
cool.
yeah.
I dig it. Does it
Uh-huh.
have Ifrit in here, too?
Yes, Ifrit, Shiva.
So if we play, I want to play with this version. Then.
Bahamut, yeah.
We gotta play the Ferdinand version.
Oh
And
yeah,
we gotta
And then-
film it too.
Yeah, and in this week I just finished the box of it, and it makes it look like a Super Nintendo box.
It looks good.
Yeah,
No, it looks
in
good.
the-
I thought
in
this.
the
I
back.
thought this was literally a game when
Yeah.
you brought it out. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that looks like a game there. All right, well, High Society.
This is I love this game.
Yeah, I imagined he did. What do we have left? One more, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, number 1 already. All right then.
Oh,
number 1. Here we go. 6.
4.
You know, I will give you the last. I will go first.
Okay.
Because my game is.
If I were going, I actually would pick you first.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That way you could go last.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm doing you the favor, the honor of being
thank
last.
You. Thank you.
Nevertheless, though, my game is a full-on bidding game. You guys will agree with me, and it is good. How it didn't make his top 5, I don't know. I played this game so many times.
I love the game too, but it just didn't make it.
It's good, and that game is by Atlas. Cursed Court. Cursed Court is a bidding game that is not only good-looking and has nice components, but is a kind of secretive bidding game based on what information you have in the game. The game comes with a board, and obviously all the good stuff, the rulebook and whatnot. And what's interesting about this one is the board is where you're going to be doing the bidding on, and you'll be using your tokens as well as your main pawns here. These things are representative of how many times you can bid during a round, and these are representative of your money. And you can outbid somebody, but you have to bid at least double their bid. And everybody's going to be getting these cards, like Assassin, or Merchant, or the Queen, or, I don't know, there's a whole bunch, all these 9 here. And you're going to know, based on the board, which cards are, which guys are active. If you bid on something that's not active, like, okay, I need, for instance, these 4 here to, on this space in order to gain points here. If one of these guys isn't in a card that's around the table, then you don't get the points at the end of the round. And there's going to be 1 card for each player on each side of them. So I get to look at 1 here and 1 here. Ferdinand will get to look at mine that's also here and his over there. And then maybe Grant over there is going to look at Ferdinand's card and my card. So we all have a little bit of information. And we're basically just bidding on the spots on the board where we believe the cards to exist, along with kind of a Texas Hold'em feel, which is what I really like, flipping over cards off the top of the deck to include them on the board for giving you even more information. On the bottom and all the top side of the board here is all the points that you keep track of throughout the game. It's not a very high scoring game as far as how it goes, but I like that because that just makes things a lot less mathier and a lot quicker. So overall, Cursed Court is wonderful. The game is by Andrew Hansen and artist is Lee Moyer. I would definitely check this out. It's 2 to 6 players.
It's an excellent game.
It really is, and the components are great. I can't believe I pulled this out so many times, but I have.
And it's a pretty easy game to learn.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so quick to teach. It was just very refreshing. And throughout the time I was playing this game, prior to playing it, I played a lot of thick, deep games, and finally I sat down with this one, and I'm like, 30 to 45 minutes, okay, I'll go for it. And as I played it, I'm like, this feels way faster, it feels way slicker, but it's not. It's about 35 minutes. But it feels quicker because of how simple the turns are and how, like, the actions you take when you place down one of your bids on somebody else's location, it just decimates them. It just crushes them, And you're just like...
But the thing is, you're spending a lot.
But the cost for me to do that is so high that the other player's like, I guess I'll just bid over here.
One of the things I like about this game, it's a great auction game as well, is that there's a cap. The pool is the same every round, and you always
have the same. It's always fair and balanced.
Which is very interesting because no one really does that.
And you're not bidding on the cards you see as much as you're bidding on what you think others are seeing as well. That's what's really interesting
There's a little
too.
speculation and intrigue in there.
They bid over there, and they know that the assassin is here because we can both see it. So why is Ferdinand bidding there when there's no rogue? I can't see a rogue. Well, maybe that's because that card is a rogue, or maybe he's bluffing me into thinking that's a rogue, or maybe he's hoping that the flop is going to drop a rogue. Oh, the thinkiness, but the relaxed nature of the game just entices me every time. Cursed Court is my #1 auction game, and it'll probably take a while before something kicks that off because I can't tell you how many times I've actually played that game.
Okay.
Although I do know what your #1 is.
Okay.
I have a very good idea of that one.
Are you sure? It's right here.
I do.
Vegas Showdown.
Yes, this game has been talked about a lot by a lot of people, and I haven't played it.
You haven't played it?
No,
Oh.
I really would like to
Okay.
because I know it's a good game.
What's great about this, it does feel like you're really a person who's building a casino.
Yep.
And that you're, let's go ahead and just open
Yeah, show it off. 'Cause it looks good inside, too.
First of all, I hate the thing I hate the most of this game is this little paper mats. They're a little thicker now, I think, but you know, there you go.
Yeah, but is there a new
so this
reprint
is your
out?
casino. This is your casino floor.
Everybody gets their own casino? Or is
Yes, everyone gets their own casino.
Yeah.
And then there'll be tiles on this board, and this is the bidding board where.
Is there a new game out for this?
No. This is the
They
version.
need to update this version, I think.
They should make it lovely.
Yeah,
Because
make a
can,
deluxe
yeah.
version because I can do that.
Yeah. So there'll be that's upside down. So there'll be restaurants, there'll be slots, there'll be lounges, and then there's some other they're called premier tiles because they come out
here?
Yeah, because they come out randomly. So you got the
Space
sport,
Age sports
like
books,
the sports book,
nightclub
yeah.
sports. Okay, yeah, buffets, restaurants.
And you get different points because the main point is the auction's over here, and then you're building your casinos as you get your tiles. And
So it's kind of like a tableau builder mixed in with a big, thick auction game, huh?
yeah, tile builder, not tableau, because your tiles actually do connect, and you have to do something about it.
Oh, so it actually
Yeah.
influences the game
Yeah.
as how you place it down.
So some of them, for example, let's say I can find some. You'll be there's on the corners of some there'll be like a little, like a fourth of a diamond. And you make a diamond, you get extra points. If you make your hotel part, go to the casino part, you get extra points. Some stuff can only be on the hotel side. On the hotel side, some of it can be on the casino side, and some can be in the middle. And there's some tiles that can go anywhere. There's some tiles that can only go in the casino and the hotel.
Certain areas.
Yeah, but you manage to make a way to go there. To make a line to go through.
And the objective is to make the most money, I imagine, right? That's always
Oh
what
no, not
Vegas is
the
about.
most points.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like the points would be considered like luxury or like
Your reputation.
Reputation.
It's your reputation, yeah. So there's way to get money. Money is great to outbid other people. For reputation, which is your population is the way to get more money. So you have two things you have to focus on: the people, your population, and money. Whatever's the lowest, that's how much you collect. So if you have 13 on money and only 6 on
You get
people,
6.
you only get 6. Yeah.
they need more better. You should just.
I know. I have chips. I have chips. Every gamer should have good chips.
Deluxify this thing, guys. This needs a deluxification. It just looks a little like, I don't know. It's good. Like some of it's good. It just needs to be thicker, and then other things are just like these.
Yeah. There's another game that has pretty much the same mechanic. It's called Almond Ray. Kind of like this table of auction, because this one, for this kind of auction, is that you're bidding to go to the next level.
Yep.
And there's like you don't go like, oh, I'm gonna go all the way over here. You can't do that on the value. And so that's what I like. So you got the money in here already, what you have to think about spending, and then you can block people though.
Yeah.
And then for the auction itself, it's until everyone it has a spot on one of these, or if you can go here and don't care about to get anything else because sometimes it's too expensive. Slots is great because you get more money. Lounges get more popularity and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, like for this kind of game, I like this better than Almond Ray, and I think Almond Ray is actually maybe a better complexity-wise game. But this one, I just like the theme a lot more.
So those are our top 5 games for bidding. If you're interested in checking out any of our other stuff, you can go to Ferdinand the Cardboard Stacker on YouTube and all of his Facebook, YouTube, and all that good stuff.
And you can go to Michael Wright's at the
Unfiltered Gamer. Also our websites. We both have websites.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching our top 5. What did you guys think? Go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Who's better at deciding what best auctioneer games there are?
And we'd like to know what's your favorite auction game.
All right, guys. I'll see you next time.
And remember to keep on stacking games.